Gamers, as you know, are nocturnal animals, so the light is our natural enemy. But thanks to the BenQ ScreenBar e-reading lamp, that is something that we can avoid. The BenQ ScreenBar is a pretty cool idea because what this essentially does is just straps on the top of your monitor with a very quick plug and play USB, turn on the power, and there you go. And the lamp is actually designed in a very specific way so that the light beam only goes straight down and a little bit in front of you onto your desk, rather than giving you the screen glare that you get from normal desk lamps. The other cool thing about it is that it actually has alternative temperatures as far as the lighting is concerned. So you can end up having a pristine, crisp blue that can keep you awake in the middle of the night, or you can end up swapping it over to a much warmer glow. I literally didn't even need the instructions that were on the box because I'm just that much of a gamer that my intuition kicked in and I knew how to set this up. Like, check this out. Look at the amount of light that this BenQ lamp is actually emitting, dude. And here I have it back on my desk again, and you can only really see it down here on my body. Anyways, I'll put a link in the description in case any of you guys want to check this product out, and big shoutouts to BenQ for sending me one. Good morning, gamers! My name's Scyushi, and we're back in some more. Well, I can't do it with the controller Trove on PS4. Finally, yes, we have another episode. So I'm hoping that this is going to end up turning out at a decent quality. I'm noticing in my recording software it seems to be okay, but as far as my screen is concerned, it's a little bit blurry, so possibly we'll continue doing this if the recording ends up turning out. Basically, for those of you that don't know, in order for me to record my face cam, I have an HDMI plugged into my computer, right? But that actually is plugging into a capture card because it's the only way that I can record HDMI, right? So in order to record the console games, it takes up the same slot. So what I'm actually doing right now is using the PS4 remote play from my computer so that I can wirelessly just record Trove on PS4 and then still have the HDMI using my face cam. Yeah. So I'm hoping that turns out, like I said, it looks okay on OBS, but that could be because it's a smaller screen, because the screen that I'm looking at is pretty blurry. So anyways, big shout outs to you guys for absolutely being awesome. And apparently, like, you guys have been giving me these things, these stellar items for quite some time. That is a lot of pinata mounts. 422? Like, my gosh, what is even happening here? The stellar gun, that was the big thing that you guys were giving me, so I'm really happy about that. I could probably steal all these other things, but I don't care. That's okay. Let me take a peek, because now we finally got our hands on a proper gun. Pew pew pew. That's obviously not going to do that much comparatively to everything else. My gosh, I have a full inventory. Like Jiminy Crockett. But now we're doing a little bit better with our stats. Not too much better. And then that ring that was in there was, yeah, that was a physical damage ring, so obviously that's not something that I particularly need. But I don't know, I thought we would just kind of go adventure and go do stuff. So you guys see the huge maintenance that we ended up having? Jiminy Crockett. So if you haven't been tuning in to my videos and stuff, basically, I talked about in my 34K PR ninja video that Game Ago ended up reaching out to me again. This is a separate contact now, just another one on top of the list that they've been building with me, which is awesome. And they were basically saying that there's supposed to be a big Trove update coming out this week. I thought that's what the maintenance was about yesterday. That's why there was no Trove video yesterday. That's why there was no video yesterday, because the maintenance hit and I didn't know what to do, Like, I wanted to record Trove, I wanted to stream Trove, but it just didn't happen. So, you can go inside this guy's nose. If I ever can. Yes! Skill, even though I can't really tell what's going on. But yeah, so there was supposed to have been like a patch, I guess. I don't know. They said that there was issues that they ran into, so hopefully we'll end up seeing something show up soon. They've been posting about it here and there. It's very obtuse where you can end up actually finding the posts. But there is a confirmed update coming. I don't know if it's actually going to come out this week, because that would be pretty weird that it would come out of nowhere. But there is a topic of discussion that I wanted to mention today, which was, more importantly, everybody constantly asking, well, if there's going to be a Trove update, what's going on with the test server on PC, the PTS server? And more importantly, too, I want to stress that for those of you guys on console, you're not going to get this update. This fabled update is not going to show up at the same time for console players, okay? The console is always going to end up being behind the PC, unless they just surprise us and it's like, oh, by the way, this update's coming out for everybody. But I just very much doubt it. So I'm just saying, don't hold your breath. So anyways, as I was saying, with the test server on PC, you know, I shouldn't really be talking about this on a PS4 episode because honestly, it wouldn't affect you guys anyways. But there is a test server on PC that they'll usually end up having new updates go on to a month before they end up actually going live. This is usually what happens, you know, as far as updates are concerned. But there's something that I want to stress, and a big topic that I wanted to talk about today, which is, you know, a lot of it's just guessing, you know, because we haven't really heard anything from the devs or anything about it. But I'd say it's an educated guess, where what ended up happening is with Game Ago taking charge, you know, a lot of the developers of Trove ended up leaving, and even more so in the recent months, we've actually had, you know, since the gardening update, a bunch more devs left, and then other ones came back. So I think that right now the dev team probably is just not focused on the test server, or frankly, they might not know how to even use a test server because it's a completely different set of developers. Like, they might just be doing things differently. Like, even if we would end up getting an update, and we're, you know, I'm not holding my breath for it to be anything big, but the fact that we would get an update without them talking about it in any way, shape, or form prior tells me, oh, this is the new dev team, and this is why they're reaching out to myself, and maybe they are content creators, got an email too, I don't know, but I, you know, for myself personally, they reached out, and I'm thinking maybe that's why. Maybe because they know that they're not really keeping up with all of the new updates and social media and junk like that. So instead of trying to manage, like, setting up a team that would be streaming this game of the developers themselves, maybe now they're just trying to set up content creators to end up relaying this information, which I haven't heard anything back yet. Still disappointed. Last I saw, you know, the last email I got back from the person at Game Ago was saying that they were at Gamescom. I don't even know much about that event, honestly speaking, but they recently tweeted out that Trove is at Gamescom right now. So I guess it's still there. Maybe it's there for the week or something. So it explains why I haven't gotten an email back. So I don't know. It's only a matter of time. But I'm still hoping to end up hearing something back soon, rather than just the update going live and everyone being confused, you know. But apparently Joe was telling me something about, like, I don't know, some link over on Trovesaurus where the guy who's managing their social media for Trove right now, Moby, I think, was saying something about, like, oh yes, it is a content update. Joe couldn't end up finding the original link, but you know, I believe it. I believe that there's actually something coming. I don't know if it's going to be anything big. I still, you know, I still think that the best we could hope for is U10 in every biome, in every Uber world. And then if it's anything more than that, that'll be awesome. And if it's anything less than that, hey, they didn't talk about the update. Because that's the other thing too, is I personally think that it would be better for their reputation if they didn't talk about the update. Like, on one hand, you know, you got to consider, like, how could that be better for them? Obviously, they want to try and get hype for something, but work with me here. If they let content creators do it, because, you know, this is our job. We hype things, right? Like, I'm a hype man. So I'm perfectly fine with presenting a new update and talking about it, rather than the developers kind of hinting at and saying, oh, we don't want to give spoilers and blah, blah, blah. Like, all of the stuff that developers do in this day and age doesn't really end up helping out with the updates for Trove, because, as you know, they'll be sitting there talking about why gardening is the next big thing, and then the update ends up coming out and it flops and nobody actually wants it. So this way, it's like, you can't help but be happy, even if the next update isn't really adding that much in terms of content. At the least, it would still end up being just a welcome change, just because we haven't gotten anything for a while, right? But I'm happy to hear that they are still working on the game, because everyone was kind of concerned, myself included, that the game was just kind of in maintenance mode, that we weren't really going to end up hearing anything about updates for, like, the conceivable future. But they did end up mentioning in their email, I think I already mentioned that before, but they did say that this is something that they want to do long term. They're not just contacting me for one Trove update. They want to actually have, like, a partnership with me where they'll continuously hook me up with packs that I can end up giving away to you guys, as well as just talking about new updates and stuff, which would be absolutely awesome. You know, that would be like the good old days of Trove, because literally it's been years since I ended up getting any store packs from Trove that was actually, you know, something I could give away, which I do finally have my hands on some Streamer Dream boxes. We're not going to be giving those away today, but just check out if you ever catch me doing a live stream of Trove. Hopefully I'm going to be able to do that sometime this week, just because I've been really busy as per usual. You know, I don't want to hit you guys with a bunch of stuff that's going to sound like excuses, but basically I have Streamer Dream boxes now. I have the codes for them, so I can start giving those away during my live streams, and that would be absolutely awesome as well, just because even though Streamer Dreams aren't really, you know, they're not really the best, they don't give mastery or anything like that, but it's still something that lots of people enjoy, myself included. I like giving them away. I wish that I could give something away that was a bit more valuable. Like, personally, I think it'd be awesome if store packs were just tradable in general. You know, like, you should be able to gift them to people. Technically you can by way of giving away credits, but that's really expensive. Like, you know, if I was, and not every pack is actually purchasable with just credits, but it's like, I think it would be cool to end up giving away some bigger prizes to you guys here and there. It's just the fact of the matter is, you know, I'm not gonna drop down like, oh, here's $50 worth of credits, guys. Wow, you know, it's kind of underwhelming too, because it's basically just giving away money, which is like, I don't know, money in the form of an in-game currency. It doesn't make sense to me, okay? That just reminds me of those Fortnite channels that give away V-Bucks. I didn't even know V-Bucks was tradable. But anyways, that's pretty much all that we have to cover today, guys. I just wanted to have a quick PS4 video out for you, just because you guys keep yelling at me about it, okay? I'm not quitting any of the versions of Trove. It's just that I've been busy. That's all there is to it. I mean, I haven't even had any time to record Minecraft. Which, that's why there hasn't been a Minecraft episode in a while, you know? The next one that I want to record is another roguelike adventures. But anyways, you know, I'm going to call this video here just because I want to make sure that the recording ended up turning out, and hopefully it ends up looking good for you guys. So have yourselves a great day. Smash like, sub for more. Sayonara and stay epic, everybody.